Hey everyone, quick update for the week ending Friday, December 5th. Hope everybody had a good week. Let's do a quick review of the markets and then we'll jump into my trades. And actually, before I do that, quick announcement. Starting next Tuesday, going to start doing the Navigation Trading Show in partnership with our friends at Option Omega. So it'll be myself and the man, the myth, the legend, Troy McNeil, every Tuesday going forward, starting next Tuesday at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. So look forward to that. Come join the fun. Should be fun. We'll just be chopping it up about all things options. Maybe some other stuff too. You never know. So look forward to that. As far as the market this week, the range really tightened up. And I think this is for me at least, this is something that I struggle with, and I think a lot of traders do, and that is the shift from really expansive days to tighter price ranges, right? I mean, if you just look at this from a visual perspective, you know, going from here to basically Friday, I mean, just look at the bars, right? We've had 150, 200, 250 point days, a lot of big, expansive price range bars, price range days. And then you get to this week and, you know, you're getting these little bars. So it's really difficult sometimes to make that shift in your trading. You know, if you're using strategies and you're positioning yourself based on these big, expansive range days, and then you get to a day that has these little tiny range days, it can be difficult to make that adjustment. And vice versa. When you go from, you know, tiny, you know, choppy range days, and then all of a sudden volatility kicks in and you get these big, expansive days, that's difficult as well. And so I think what I did really well this week is I kind of recognized that, and I really shifted my focus to selling more premium than I have in a while, and it worked out well. But you know, I don't always make that adjustment, and so I'll show you my trades where you'll see my directional trading was the only thing that lost, and all my premium selling did really, really well. Obviously, in hindsight, you're like, yeah, of course, but the hard thing is doing it in real time. And it's something that you want to try to be aware of and try to, not that you can predict, but trying to see when that shift starts to happen from big range to small range or from small range to big range, and try to adjust your strategies accordingly. So this is the S&P, just kind of went sideways, grinded higher a little bit. NASDAQ pretty similar, a little bit more bullish to the upside. Russell even stronger. Russell almost getting back up to all-time highs, but a little bit stronger. And then same with the Dow, a little bit stronger, just below its all-time highs. Gold pretty sideways. Not much action out of gold, but silver hit a new all-time high today, almost $60 an ounce. 10-year yield started the week below 4, ended up at 4.14. Oil, a little bit sideways to higher, and natural gas continuing its skyrocket higher. You know, just back in mid-October, it was down at 2.9, pushed above almost to 5.5 today. So big move in natty gas. Guess the cold winters are upon us. I know they are here. The euro, a little bit higher for the week. Same with the British pound and Bitcoin. Off of its lows from 1121, and it's putting in, you know, higher highs and higher lows, but every bounce is certainly getting hit with some selling. So the future settled in at 89,735. And then the VIX, a far cry from those 1120 highs where we pushed above 28, back down below 16, settled in at 15.41. So that's a look at the markets. As far as my trades go today, for the week, all in all, a little over 14,000 for the week. Here are my price action iron condors. As I mentioned, I had a little bit more focus on selling some 0 DTE premium. I think it's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15 trades. 3 were losers. The rest winners. In fact, this one today, I was trying to milk it for extra profits, and that last 15 minutes of the day smoked me out. Was up about 50% on that one and then ended up getting stopped. But still a good week, a little over 2K on those. Small 1 DTE winner, a couple of Woogas for plus 1,600, so net on that category, plus 3,113. On my British Iron Condors, really nice week. I think I was down about 8K last month, so got all that back this week. Kind of similar here. Today was setting up to be a monster day until the last 15 minutes and ended up being just a small win day, but still over 9,700 in profits on the week. Transformers, just did one DTE Iron Condor for plus 580. I do have another one open. I closed some of it, and then so next Monday, we'll see. It'll be a minimum profit of 570 or max of 1570. So we'll see where that one settles out. Good week for Mahomes, 6 for 6, plus 5,415. A few of these were scalps. A few of them I took to the bell, but all winners for Magic Mahomes. Calendars, I did a 3-4 put calendar that was basically a scratch plus 87. That was on Monday. And then I did a 6-7 today. I closed out 20 of 36 contracts, booked $1,600, and then I'm holding 16 of them over the weekend. So we'll see where that settles out next week. And then directional trades, red, minus 4,300. I'll go over those here in a second. And then other, did 2 earnings trades, one in Crowd, one in Snowflake, both losers, so minus 1244 on those. Let me bring up my TradeZilla. That's what I use to track my day trade. So, like I said, minus 4,300 on these. Like I said, it was a difficult week. It was just kind of whippy price action. Didn't really get much follow through the way that I trade using levels. I had so many times where it would kind of look like it was holding a level and then it would just reverse. And so not a good week on the directional trades. Monday had 3 trades, all 3 losers. This one I held my loser too long on that AMD one, so that was a little bit bigger loss than I would prefer to take. And then the next day, Tuesday, had a couple winners and 1 loser, but net a little bit red. Wednesday was basically a scratch day, so just, like I said, could never really get anything going. I'm still limiting myself to 3 trades per day as part of my plan for the month of December. And then I did increase my position size from last month, which, of course, as soon as I increased my position size, first day, minus 3K. Just how it happens. That's like the law of trading. As soon as you increase your position size, that's how it works. And then today ended up booking a couple winners and 1 loser, so small green. So overall, just red, just really tough week for directional trading. And that was kind of across the board. It seemed like, I don't know of anyone in our community that really had a banger of a week for directional trading, but is what it is. All the other strategies made up for it, so a little over 14K for the week. As far as next week goes, we have FOMC. So Monday, nothing. Tuesday, jolts. Looks like they're doing the September data and the updated October data, I guess. So jolts on Tuesday, 30 minutes after the market opens. Wednesday's FOMC. And then Thursday, unemployment claims pre-market. And Friday, not really anything. So look forward to next week. Everybody have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.